Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time once again. It's time for that podcast heard, well, around a few places, by tens of listeners. It's time for the Department of Understanding Humans, the podcast. That's right, the podcast, featuring your ringmasters for the day, that stupendous, giggle-snorting gal, Friday herself, Rachel Wynn, and now her co-host actually has a name, that cranky clown you love to adore, Chris Meyer. And on with the show!
D.U.H, Department of Understanding Humans, yeah!
Stacey Abrams tweets out about the film industry and the heartbeat bill here in Atlanta.
Oh boy, here we go.
I don't know if you heard my soapbox.
I have. I did. I heard the soapbox, and I agree with you on a lot of stuff.
Right. And so I'm frustrated because what I'm trying to find out is the list of the actors that actually signed it.
Oh, I can tell you that right now.
Oh, hey. So I'll read you the tweet. Stacey Abrams, our wonderful Stacey Abrams, she says, the film industry is now an integral part of our economy. Ask the carpenters, hairdressers, caterers, electricians, and artists from the Sonoa to Savannah who rely on these jobs to feed their families. For them, for us, Georgia isn't Hollywood, it's home. Okay, so, and then she says hashtag, HB 481 is bad for business. And I understand on that level of, it's brought jobs to the area.
Of course it has.
Okay.
It's brought something crazy like $7 billion to Georgia for the economy.
And so honestly, but here's the thing where I struggle with, I can't imagine the filmmakers who have saved so much money and done so well making these movies down here. They can find other actors. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Okay, I understand they're fighting for a choice, and I get that, okay? I get where it is necessary to have something. For instance, okay, and I do see both sides of the story. I see where a woman has to have one because it's a rape. They don't want to carry that kid. They don't want the memory of that. I get it. Or it's a product of incest and it's something that's terribly wrong. They don't want to. Yeah, I get that.
Or it's going to absolutely cause health issues between both.
Health issues. Or the child's not going to have an absolute quality of life. As in, born brain damaged, born something where they're going to be a vegetable the rest of their life. I get that, okay? What I don't get are the casuality of, oops, I made a mistake. Okay. You made a mistake, but you carried it so long and then say, okay, it's about to be living. You want to get rid of it. Or it's about to be born. You want to get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I speak on this because I have, and I'm kind of close to this, I've had friends, and I have friends who are not able to have children. And I have a set of friends who fought tooth and nail for 5 years to have children and went through the nightmare that's called the adoption process in America and went through 3 to 4 failed times of that so we're going to have we're going to be a family to have it ripped away from.
Right.
And I want people to understand. I'm neutral on the subject of abortion because I see it from both sides. But if you are in that area and you're like, I don't know what to do with this child, I can't care for it. There are people out there who would welcome that life into their home and raise that life, nurture that life, and care for that life more than you know.
Right, but the argument is it's about that.
I'm off my soapbox.
I get that, and I'm with you on that too. As somebody who is among the people that can't have kids, if I ever got pregnant, the last thing I'd want to do is get rid of it. Now, there is a fine line. I agree that what a woman decides to do with her body is her choice. It is up to her. If it's between her and her partner, that's between them. That is not. I have no right telling you what you should do. So on some level, I get that, and some of the argument about just carry it to term and adopt it out. That again, that's telling the woman what she needs to do with her body regarding a child that may or may not kill her. And I get that. My personal belief is I'm pro-choice. You should have the right to make the choice on whether or not that's the right choice for you. It's not up to me. This bill, it's not about the bill. This whole thing.
It isn't about the bill. It really isn't.
This whole thing right here for me is not about the bill. And I want to make sure that our listeners understand this. Do I think government should have anything to do with our physical, well-being? No. So do I think that having a bill in place that requires the doctor to do a certain thing at a certain time, for certain reasons is good, bad, ugly, or indifferent? It's not that. No. I don't think government should have anything to do with our health care. Now, on some level, because the government's been involved in some of the healthcare stuff, we've got better standards and we're safer. I get that. And this was, and from what I've read about the HB 481 bill, it's about a safer decision to be made, right? And now, my whole thing with the Hollywood jump in.
And here we go.
You ready?
I'm ready. Go for it.
First of all, as far as I know from looking at the names on the list, which I just found because it's on her tweet.
Yeah, that's what I was going to read to you.
These people are actors who have come into Atlanta to film their films. They don't live here. They don't have sex here. They don't have babies here. They don't actually live, breathe, and get in the dirt of Atlanta. They come in for a few weeks or a few months. They do their shit. They make their smiles. They whatever. They buy local coffee. They whatever. And then they leave. This is not their home. So
I'm looking at some of the names on the list. And go ahead. And I'm sorry. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
It's okay. My whole thing here is you're not part of the decision. You're not even part of the answer. You're not living here for the decision or the answer, for the question or the answer to even affect you. So why are you pulling the aces out of your sleeve to threaten to pull money out of our economy that might be here with or without you anyway? Because, just because one actor is here and votes against it, like Alec Baldwin, doesn't mean he's always going to be here. He's no vested interest in this state. He just wants to be able to come down, say he went to Atlanta for a taping, got some coffee, maybe, checked out a restaurant, and then went home. Okay, for example, Luke Perry, who's a stand-up guy who just passed away, he lived in Tennessee. He voted in Tennessee. He had a reason to make statements about things that went on in Tennessee. Nashville
Jennifer
proper.
Garner lives in Savannah.
Right. So you can't shit where you eat, people. That's my point.
I have news for the Hollywood people. I want just to kind of put this out here because I recognize some of the names that are on here that are also voice actors or stars of Cartoon Network based out of Georgia.
I'm looking at them now.
Based out of Adult Swim, which is William Street, based out of Georgia. And if you don't know where William Street is, well, it's the old TBS building right there off 85 going into the city. You almost go to the Capitol building as you pass by it. So anyway, you guys understand something. Yay, you're doing something free speech. Great, that's your American right. But you're real effing arrogant to tell people what they should and should not. We're gonna take our ball and go home. Well, okay, take your ball and go home. That's great. It's still going to go on without you. That's the reality. It's going to go on without you. Because, yeah, Hollywood has a lot of agenda, and it's a lot of liberal and a lot of this and a lot of that. But Hollywood is also a business. Money. Business. It's still going to go on, and it will go on without you. It will go on and leave you behind. You can go on and do whatever, project you want. Great. Clap, 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 clap. Great. But it'll still go on without you.
Okay, and as I'm looking at this, more actors have signed, and now I'm really sad. Here it goes. Ashley
Your boy
Judd,
Will Wheaton signed it.
Will Wheaton signed it. Seth Green signed it. Ashley Judd signed it. And you ready for this? Tom Arnold signed it. Mark Hamill.
Really?
Tom Arnold. Mark Hamill.
No, I'm not surprised by Mark Hamill.
Really?
Yeah, no, he's a big right wing hater.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
His tweets are. I mean, look, I still am a fan of him. I like the guy. I think he's nice. He's always nice and personal to fans. He can believe what he wants to believe. That's fine. That's America.
Okay, so thank you for saying that, because here's what I want to say about that. This is where the Understanding Humans comes into the Department of Understanding Humans. I still like these guys as actors.
I do too.
Okay, I mean, some of these people I still want to see. Like, I mean, shit. Apparently, Chris Evans has something to do with this too. I don't know. I heard somewhere through the grapevine, but I know
he's got his own website or something.
Yeah, and he's not a happy Trump person. But Don Cheadle's on here, and so does that mean I'm going to not go see Marvel? No. Am I going to see it on the big screen? Yeah, because it's going to be worth seeing on the big screen. So on some level, am I a hypocrite? Maybe. But here's my point, okay? You can like somebody regardless of you can like somebody regardless of disagreeing with what they do.
Yeah.
I like Mark Hamill. I disagree with how he handles certain things. I like Will Wheaton. There are certain things about Will Wheaton that I respect and I like. Do I think he can be an absolute douchebag? Yes.
I think he's a dick.
He is a dick. But you know
he's
what?
A dick. I don't like him.
Look at some of...
I know. You like him. It's fine.
I like some of the stuff he's done, and I like what he stands for as far as suicide and depression. Okay? And so that's the human condition. That's the freedom of free will that we can actually look at things and go, like, everybody knows I hate the NFL as an institution and what it does and what it promotes. But are there players in there that have done some good for people in the past? Hell yeah. Do I hate them just because they're NFL players? No. I have utmost respect for how some of those players took what they got from the NFL and went off and did great things with their lives. Like Boomer Esiason with cystic fibrosis. Marty Lyons with Make-A-Wish. I mean, come on. The Marty Lyons Foundation and Make-A-Wish. Richard Todd, he moved on to working for Wall Street, which is a whole nother can of worms, but still.
Mike Singletary, former linebacker of the Bears, went on to work for a chemical biochem company and invented cures for diseases and that kind of stuff.
Right. And so, but when I look at this list, okay, I'm looking at the updated list that there's about 60 actors, okay? And some of them, they are the typical town crier bitching, I'm on the bandwagon because I want attention too.
You say Cryer. Funny enough, John Cryer's on there.
John Cryer is on there. Felicia Day is on there. Now, am I sad that Felicia Day is on there?
What?
Yeah, Felicia Day is on there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know. But here's a woman who you look at her stuff and you go, I can't. It's disappointing. It really is disappointing. But but here's the thing, people. They all have freedom of speech. They have a freedom to say what they want to say. I don't like what they're saying, and I don't think it's appropriate. However,
here's a surprise. Rosie O'Donnell's on this list.
And that's what I was... Hey! On that bandwagon. Woot, woot.
oh no, Patton Oswalt's on this list.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. See, that hurts too.
By the way, funny album, and I will promote him, even though he's if you ever get to listen to a comedy album, Lollipops and Werewolves is hysterical. You got to listen to his stand-up about lollipops and werewolves. But anyway, go ahead.
And on the same side, here's the flip side of this whole thing. And this is where I don't have good conversations with some people, but I know you'll get it because you and I, it's the Department of Understanding Humans. We're not here to take one side or another, because at the same time, like, I'm looking at the tweets under Alyssa Milano's Twitter, and one of the first tweets is, replying at Melissa Milano and at Seth Green and 7 others. Thanks for the list. Now I know which actors to boycott. So, and I've said it myself. I even said it in the privacy of my own home, which I'm going to share with all of y'all right now. If Hollywood in general, I'm not talking about these actors, but if there's a mass move to suddenly pull everything out of Atlanta because of something like this, like if the actual industry does say as a whole, bye, see ya, which I don't think they will, bye, see ya, then guess what? I have a choice to go find other ways to entertain myself, and you won't get another freaking dime from me. And if that means that I'm getting
that's a big backlash. Reading this whole thing, there's a lot of backlash on it. Like, great, we won't watch you anymore. Thank you very much. Don't tell us what to do.
Because, and the point is, the whole point to this entire thing, my entire soapbox is, who are you to dictate to us how to think? We pay you to entertain us. Dance, monkey, dance, shut the up and go home. You want to pull your shit out of Atlanta just because a bill is being passed that doesn't actually affect you, unless it is the fact that you're having sex with people and getting them pregnant and wanting them to have abortions. But that's something completely different here in Atlanta. That's your personal choice.
Okay, hang on. We probably need subtitles for that. Because all I heard was
okay, so
which in Rachel Lee's that means she's really mad.
What I had said was
off this subject.
What I had said was, for the whole industry to have a say in this is ridiculous, unless obviously they're sitting here getting women pregnant and wanting them to have abortions. That's what I said under the breath, because you don't have a vested interest in this state. You really don't. The state is doing you a favor by giving you areas to film your movies and your shows in. And
people are leaving California in droves, by the way.
Right. And so why do you think California is failing on such epic levels that it is? Because the Hollywood elite ran California. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to see a pattern here between the liberals, Hollywood, and the political Democrats. And if you're not doing the math, then you've got your head up your ass. And you need to look around, pay attention to your surroundings, do your homework, Google stuff, watch TV newscasts, and watch what they're doing. Thanks for joining us here at the Department of Understanding Humans, also known as DUH. Just remember, this is our circus. These are our monkeys. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other social media outlets. You can find all of our podcasting streams and feeds at our website at www.dawebsite.com. That's D.U.H website.com. Thanks again for joining us, and have a great day.